Hey guys, Artillery Boy here, and today we're going to be talking about the M61, the Finnish M61. Let us begin. The Finnish M61 is quite a common 60mm gas mask off of the surplus market, and it's actually quite a lot better than any of the other masks, like a particular mask that's made in Yugoslavia. So let's begin talking about the history of the mask. This mask is manufactured by, you can actually recognized by the phone Nokia during the 1960s through 1970s, through the early 70s. This mask is very much given to Finnish defense forces because they needed a side-mounted filter. Now, let's talk about the accessories and the mask itself. This mask was made by Nokia during the 1960s through 1970s as their standard Finnish defense force through 1970s through 1980s. And of course, this was a mask that was replacing the M38. Later, now the mask being replaced by the M95. Let's talk about the full kit and the mask itself. So the first thing you'll see is the carrier. Now it has the defense logo right on there, on top of the flap, with these two buttons to very much close the carrier. The straps itself, this is for very much for the waist, and this is for very much the shoulders, for the shoulder buckles to it. Now, inside the carrier, this says this part for the mask, this slot's for the mask, and this is for the filter, very much separated. And of course, you got another thing inside of it, 3 pouches, 3 for specific sizes. Here's what's inside of it. Now this one is wipes to very much clean the mask. Of course, this one's for very much gloves, which I guess if you don't have any rubber gloves, this would be great. Alongside with cotton gloves. An instructional pamphlet onto how to use the mask. Now, you can pause this and read it. There's the back of it, which is nothing at all. Well, inside of it, we got to how to use the mask. And this entire thing is in Finnish, which, yet again, and of course this one, that's powder, or NBC powder. Again, you pause the video and read it. Of course, the filter, and of course the mask itself. Now, the filter does contain chromium, but it's not really not safe at all yet. Again, filters last up to 30 years. Very much these filters have been stored for the Gulf War. Now this filter is made by Chemia in Vasa, now part of very much Scott Health and Safety. Now this filter were very much stored before the Gulf War, and these were very much properly stored. If these filters were properly stored, they are very much serviceable. depending, well, aside from the weight. Now these filters do contains chromium, but it's not really not. It is actually kind of safe to use, but just be careful. This thing contains chromium. Yep, that's the company name right there. Now let's go talk about the mask itself. Now you got the mask itself. Now the first one is very much similar to the M9A1, but the difference is very much have the Nokia slapped on there and the SA. While the second version, the SA was removed, and very much a watchtower was replaced by it, and very much exhale valve would be this long. I mean, pretty long. And of course, most commonly, which I have in my video, is the third variant, which it has a different design, or rather from a different version. This one has surprisingly, a voice diaphragm. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but it's kind of much more what you expect. A one that doesn't have a voice diaphragm, or a one that has a diaphragm. Well, good job on that. Now, it's very much a gray variant of the M9A1, which, again, the filter is 60mm, which, surprisingly, you can actually replace it with a 40mm converter. Kind of a great thing to buy it. And of course, you got the defense tower right on there. And of course, you got the Nokia right on there. Let's go look at the back of the mask. Now, inside the mask is very much having the oral nasal cup, flapper pieces, and of course the exhale valve inside of it. Now, here's the thing about this. Also had a seal around the mask for the wearer's face. Now, the very much inhale assembly would go inside of the tubes, right on the eyepieces, and it would actually go inside of the flapper pieces. And then when you exhale, it will go this way, very much to there. Let's go look at what the mask would look like. So this is what it would look like. Now, let's go try on the mask itself. So this is what it sounds like when you wear the mask on. We're going to try it with this one. Again, it's the weight. Pros and cons. Pros about the mask. The mask is actually pretty good. The diaphragm, the entire mask is great. But the cons, and let's talk about them. Now, the minor cons it actually is just the weight of the filter. Yes, when you wear it, it's not really that heavy. You can just tolerate it by it. But there's also like just like every single Cold War masks, you always have the lacking of dual-sided ports and lacking of a drinking straw. Now let's talk about the verdict. Now, as I very much say the verdict, I think an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty good mask, and despite its flaws, as in very much weight on the filter, I think it's a not bad mask. I think you should get it if you actually had the price to it. Like $30, not bad. Well, that wraps up pretty much the Finnish M62. I'm Artillery Boy, and I'm signing out. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. Now, I'll see you guys next time.